and good morning, everybody. So today I thought instead of a live stream over on Rumble, that cross-platform, I would just do just a normal, regular video. This time I am going to be talking about glam metal or hair metal, however you want to call it, from the 80s. This is a music that, I was born in 87, so that was kind of a big thing going on at the time. And my mom was into that kind of stuff. And she had albums from different bands. And of course, MTV still played music videos back then, and I was able to see this stuff. Glam metal started kind of going out in '91 because you had Nirvana and grunge come in. This kind of music gets a lot of hate, and I've listened to people and talked to people who don't like it at all, and that's fine if you don't like it. I do like it, however. I like quite a bit of it. Now, back then, of course, there were bands that weren't really glam metal or hair metal, but because they had long hair, they were lumped in with all that stuff going on. And, so you got like the thrash. Them guys had long hair, but that's not hair metal. That's not glam metal. That's it's thrash. I mean, you got Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth. I mean, those are the big four, but Testament and so many others. And I like that stuff too. I like a broad range of rock and metal, whether it's hard rock or a little bit softer, ballady kind of rock, or whether it's the really fast-paced, heavy, growling. Although a lot of the growling stuff, the screaming, I'm not a big fan of. I like to be able to hear the words that are being sung. But there's some of that stuff I do like. Anyway, so without just taking it back to the 70s, here's a band that without them coming, and there's many other artists too from the 70s, but this is one big band that without them, I don't think you would have the 80s glam, hair metal, like the whole Sunset Strip LA scene. Now, they weren't from there, they were from New York, but without Kiss, where would that stuff be? And a lot of those bands cite them as an influence. Even the grunge guys cited this band as an influence. These guys got a lot of people into rock. They're my favorite band. They got me into it. But I don't think without them that stuff would exist. Another band, and this is a big one, Van Halen. Now, yeah, this is a greatest hits album. I own some greatest hits albums from some of these bands because I don't buy a whole lot of CDs. I do stream a lot of stuff, as most people do nowadays. But I got all their albums on Spotify in my playlist. But Van Halen came out in 1978. Their debut album is freaking awesome. The second one doesn't get as much love, but I do think it is great. David Lee Roth, just a great front man. And then not long after, Def Leppard comes along. Now, this is the beginning of the new wave of British heavy metal, but they fit right into the glam hair rock stuff. And, they've got a lot of great bands like Rat, Tesla, even though they're more like a blues rock kind of band. You had Cinderella, of course, Bon Jovi was a part of the scene. I like his early stuff. Some of his later stuff I don't care for. I do not like modern day Bon Jovi. I think John Bon Jovi is a douche. I don't like him. But some of his early music is great. Two other big bands, again, I have greatest hits albums from, but I've listened to actual albums from these two bands, and I love them. My mom was big into them. You got Motley Crue, and you got Poison. And I love these bands. And I know some of this stuff, like Poison, gets a lot of hate, and I understand. But, I love it, regardless. I have my own opinions and thoughts on things. I'm a human being, free thinker, independent. That's just the way it should be. And, there's so many other great bands. Dokken is another one. Skid Row. Whew, so much good music. I love this stuff. And I know my sister likes a lot of it too. And she'll be watching this, I'm sure. And but it's just great music, and I will never stop getting tired of it. It's what makes me happy, and that I think is important. What makes each one of us individually happy. We may have disagreements about stuff, especially when it comes to music or whatever. This stuff really should be bringing us together. But, you know, hey, regardless of what your opinion is on any of this stuff, your musical tastes are valid to me. Even though I may not like it. I don't like rap. But if you like that, hey, that's fine. I don't like a lot of pop, like Taylor Swift crap that's out. But if you like it, hey, that's fine. And of course, in the 80s, we also had a lot of bands from the 70s that tried to fit in with that. Kiss, I know, definitely did. You listen to, like, or not Psycho Circus, but listen to Creatures of the Night, Lick It Up, uh, especially when you get to Analyze an Asylum, Crazy Nights, Hot in the Shade. They really started doing the whole Bon Jovi thing. Um, Alice Cooper, if you listen to the album Trash, great album. Highly recommend that you listen to it. Um, of course, like I said, grunge came in, killed it all, and hey, I love grunge too. So, and the post grunge stuff that has come out, I like too. I really don't normally go to any kind of music beyond 2005 because I was 18 then. So obviously, I'm gonna listen to all the stuff that I grew up with and that I was born with. But hair metal was a big part of it because of my mom. Um, and so there you go. So anyway, that is all. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed the content. There's much, much more on here, and I will continue to make much more. And there you go. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good day, and God bless you all.